In this climate change report, we'll examine all of these issues as well as look at the biggest threats facing our local communities. To begin our program, Lisa Beth Kovitz asked New Yorkers what they worry about most.
It's December in New York City, and today it's 60 degrees, but Wednesday it's going to snow.
Statewide, the annual average temperature has increased about 2.4 degrees Fahrenheit since 1970. In the past 100 years, sea levels rose more than a foot. By the 2050s, the oceans are on track to rise an additional 2.5 feet, and 50 years later, we're looking at a possible 6 extra feet of water hitting our shorelines. The future is uncertain, and New Yorkers are worried about all kinds of things.
I'm extremely concerned about the subway system. I have never, born and raised in New York, never experienced anything like that, to see people wading through the waters in the subway. That's just really crazy to me.
And I think this is our new reality, unfortunately. The climate change that we've been talking about for decades that was going to come in the future is now here.
When traditional flood barriers failed in the wake of Superstorm Sandy, the MTA began investigating new flood protection measures. Lee and the Arab team developed a fabric-based waterproof gate installed at the top of a subway entrance.
We needed to make sure that whatever solution we retrofitted within the subway station would not impact anything else around it, like the streets and the sidewalks. So we came up with a solution that was lightweight so that nothing would crumble, that transit operators would be able to deploy it quickly. And we worked with a technology manufacturer called ILC Dover, who has previously developed a fabric for NASA for astronauts up in space.
In the tests, the fabric was a success, but given the lack of data regarding future storms, it's nearly impossible, for now, to guess which subway will flood in what storm.
Our infrastructure systems are all interconnected, right? So we have drainage infrastructure and stormwater infrastructure that's connected to the tunnel infrastructure, that's connected to electrical systems. It's outdated, it's aging. And when you're looking at dealing with these threats, oftentimes the solution itself that you're presenting is new.
And these innovations cannot come too soon. New York is getting wetter. Our storms are getting bigger. In fact, on September 1st of this year, just the remnants of Hurricane Ida dropped 3.15 inches of rain in 1 hour, smashing the record set 11 days earlier from Hurricane Henri, and possibly the biggest climate change question on the minds of New Yorkers today.
Is New York City going to be a good place for me to raise my kid and my kids to raise their kids? I don't know.
We posed that question to CUNY professor Deborah Balk, co-chair of the New York City panel on climate change.
Sure, where else is she going to go? I mean, climate change is going to happen. She can go to a neighboring city if she wants. She can move elsewhere in the region. We're all going to experience climate change. The great thing about New York City is that it's been paying attention to this issue in a very serious way for more than a decade, and it continues to. It reaches out through not only the New York Panel on Climate Change to undertake an assessment, but through an initiative that involves taking partners in business and industry, looking at infrastructure. The state itself conducts its own assessment, and even the city has an office for climate resiliency. These are the ways in which, as a city and a state, we will be able to answer some of these questions. If I have to live with a lot of uncertainty, I want to be in the place where we're trying to address it, understand it, prepare for it, mitigate against it. So if we recognize that climate change is here with us, if it's a real critical part of our future, and we change, there may be winners. It's just a matter of figuring out what those productive pathways are.
This has been Lisa Beth Kovitz for CUNY TV.